Hi guys, this is day number 80 of my 365 Livestream challenge, and today I want to talk about what is the most important single thing while working on your software product, on your digital product, be it mobile app, a social media network, SaaS, so any kind of digital product from it might be like online marketplace, whatever. And I find that most of first-time software founders are doing this mistake, and they basically skip the most important thing. I can tell you one of the most important things during the development, during the planning, during the launch, designing, at every stage of that process. But I would keep telling the same thing over and over again. I will never be tired of repeating that, of reminding that the planning of your software product, digital product upfront, the planning, I mean like customer stuff and technical stuff, is like the most important part of your success. I would say it's like 90% of your success, of the success of your application, customer side and technical side, completely depends on how you plan it. And now the planning, what I mean here, most software development agencies just do discovery phase. It's mainly about technical side, the specification, the estimate, some technical risk, etc. But when I say planning, I mean basically two different things. Customer stuff, I mean like product strategy, idea validation generation, competition research, and a lot of things that will make sure that you launch something that people really want to buy. And a second part, of course, is technical stuff part. And that's why in our agency, we don't have kind of discovery phase service, okay? But we have a software startup workshop because we have much more to the discovery, to the planning than just discovery phase. We have 5 steps in our software startup workshops with our clients, and two of these steps are about customer stuff, product strategy, idea validation generation, and last three are about technical side. So first three, first one is like idea generation, validation, customer interviews. Basically, there we ask our client to review, to talk to his existing audience, ideal our existing clients, customers, and find out their pain points, something that they can fix with software, with some automation, etc. And after that, we go to the second step, which is product strategy. And product strategy is basically about 5 core pillars. How do we acquire users? How do we onboard them into our software? How do we make them stick to our software for the long term? User retention, we call it. How do we make them? How do we ask them to refer their friends so we get users for free? And fifth core pillar of any product strategy, software product strategy, is how do we make money with our software. Only after we clarified, brainstorm, and put into the notes our 5 core pillars of software product strategy, we are ready to go to the second part of our workshop, which is now technical side. We call it project roadmap. And it consists of 3 stages. First one, we scope out the MVP. We actually call it not minimum viable product MVP, but MSP, minimum sellable product. We scope out the first version of the product, something that is as small as possible, but at the same time something that can be sellable, that we can sell, that have provide some value to its first beta users. With that scope, we put the specification, user story, etc., and then we move on to the fourth step of our workshop, which is technical oversight. Here we want to spot out, to highlight the most challenging, technically challenging features, functions of our scope or our first version, product version, and we do the due diligence of each of that problem. We might do some scripting, check that API if it doesn't work, just make sure that it works for us, it's enough, it costs this amount of money, it's not super expensive for us to use that API. We might do some machine learning investigation if there are any available library solution or we need to develop it from scratch. In other words, we answer 2 questions with this step. Is this project technically feasible at all? If not, then doesn't make sense to keep going with the same idea, or we need to adjust it so we avoid that technical task. And second step, how much effort this or another technically challenging task will take from us. with that information, we are ready for the last step of our workshop, which is basically estimation and planning of the things we already prepared in the previous 4 steps. We take product strategy, scope, technical oversight, break it down into hundreds of small tasks, assign hours, multiply by hour rate, end up with a range for the budget. This is our timeline and budget, where it comes from, put together technical stack suggestion, and that would be the end result of our workshop. So we have 5 steps to our planning. And with that, we are like 90% far ahead, like other providers that usually jump straight into development or do just technical side of that planning and don't help that much their clients with the customer stuff. So if you would ask me what's the most important part of any like software development project, it's like planning, and in our case, it's software startup workshop. So please follow these rules, and you will improve your chances for success a lot. If you have any question regarding software startup workshop, comment below or direct me, post me a message directly, and I will reply there. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow, and